today we're doing a mock test with Aidan. Aidan, tell him where you're from.
Bishop Salford.
Bishop Salford. He's had one driving test before down there. Tell him what you feel for.
Wrong changing lane. Oh, not looking on changing lane.
Satnav said, the exam said turn right second exit, and he's gone round in the left lane. He's probably heard second exit thinking straight ahead. He'd never driven on the roads before, had you?
No.
So he's going to do his first mock test up here. He's had a few lessons with me. Bad habits, lifting clutches up with foot on brakes, pulling off on clutches. That was about it, wasn't it? Other than that, he was pretty good. So this is his first mock driving test. We're going to get straight into it because I don't want that camera to get wet. Right, one question before we start. Tell me how you check the power steam's working before starting a journey.
When starting the car, you check it feels light and flexible.
Light and responsive, yeah? Follow the road ahead at all times unless you're directed by signs and markings or signs. I'll ask you to turn with your wheels in good time. So if you just turn right and go in reverse into the bay we planned. So that one there looks it. That'll do for me. Now if you just turn left out of here. Aidan, well done. That's a pass with no faults recorded. I like how you look all round the car before start reversing. Speed was good, nice, smooth, slow speed. Accuracy is parallel but out a little bit, but I wouldn't give you a minor fault for this. You do need more observation through the back window. You're just reversing back, looking in them door mirrors. All it takes is for somebody to walk behind this car, and if you don't stop, then you're looking at a serious fault on the driving test. You'll only see them to start looking over that left shoulder. Just follow it round to the right. The end of the road would turn and right. Show me how you'd clean the front window with the washers and wipers. Driver fault number one for you, Aidan, goes down as use of ancillary controls. I asked you to clean the front window with the washers and wipers. What you needed to do was pull the stalk on the right hand side towards you for 2 seconds, and then it would have just washed them automatically. ignore that instruction. At the end of the road, turn right. On the left. Start of Independent Drive. It's going to last about 20 minutes. We're going to follow signs for Durham. I will change, but I'll tell him plenty of time.
I think the camera's gone. GoPro's died.
What?
Is that died?
See it flashing.
Oh.
See the red light flashing.
Oh, so
Driver fault number 2, Aidan, yeah, you need to look over your shoulder before you moved off from the side of the road. You did have a slight glance about 12 seconds ago, but it looked like you were just looking at the door pillar there. You should have been leaning forward and turn your head. Had there been something in your blind spot, I would have given you a serious fault straight away. Signs for Durham City Centre. Driver fault number 3, Aidan goes down to undue hesitation. Now, if you look in this picture, if you see that car on the right-hand side, now that's come from 12 o'clock in the left lane. You should be driving this car straight onto the roundabout. You don't go, then another car approaches from 12 o'clock in the left lane, and then you sit again, then another one comes and you sit, and then you eventually drive out. But you should have just been driving your car straight onto the roundabout there, Aidan. Aidan, I have to hold my hands up here, and I called this one wrong. This black Mercedes that come round the roundabout, I thought it was come round towards us, but it doesn't. It takes the exit before the one you emerged onto. So when I looked over my shoulder, it did slow down, but it didn't come round to where we were going. So you didn't really slow this car down. I thought you did, so of course, so like I say, I've got this one wrong. Do apologise, so it can only be a minor fault. What happened is you go drive onto the roundabout in second stall. That's because you're doing clutching. You should be doing gas and clutch. However, you do get straight back on with this. So if it doesn't affect any of the road users on the roundabout, then this would be classed as a minor fault. I give you a serious fault in the debrief, but I got it mixed. I got it wrong, because I thought the black car was coming round towards us, but it didn't. It took the exit before. So apologies, got this one wrong.
You absolute.
the signs for the A177 come, so we need the right lane for this one. So we're turning right, it's the second exit for A177 comes in. So A177.
Second exit.
Turning right, A177. You're lucky this wasn't a serious fault, Aidan. Minor fault number 5. As you come round, you can see the road markings here, 177. You should have been looking at them and just keeping the car to the left. What you do is you go around and you drift to the right as you're leaving the roundabout. So you're very lucky there wasn't a car there. Could have easily been a serious fault, this one. But you need to look at road markings. Learner drivers are not very good at looking at road markings. I'll direct you back from here, just straight ahead in the traffic lights. At the traffic lights, turn right. Serious fault number 1, Aidan. I'm not sure where you were looking here, but you weren't looking at this solid white line in front of you. This one for turn right is set back. I think it's just to allow for the vehicles to turn right, larger vehicles like buses and wagons. But I've had to duel you here. Now, the reason I've duelled you is we were approaching these traffic lights. I could see you weren't going to stop. You were going to stop well past. But this pedestrian to the left was walking up the lights quite quickly. And I thought they were just going to step out in front of us. And that's why I've duelled you. The exam would mark on the DL25 that he took physical action, but I didn't want to take any chances here. Stop with the white line. The white line. Just after that park car at the top there. Thank you. And driver when you feel ready. Serious fault number 2 for you, Aidan. Aidan, over the years, I've had quite a few fields. Well, not quite a few. I've had a few fields here on this bank, Potter's Bank, and they've all failed for the same thing: pulling off and slowing the vehicle down behind. Yeah, when you pull off, Aidan, you pulled off really slow. I would have been putting my foot down. If you're going to pull off that slow, I would have looked for a bigger gap. There was a car coming in, it did slow down because you took too long to build your speed up. I'd have been putting a lot more gas on there. And you didn't look over your right shoulder. Well, you did, but it was about 12 seconds later, so I should really chuck a minor in there. But you failed anyway for when you moved off, you slowed the vehicle down. I would have been well in that gas pedal and getting up this steep hill. Aidan, you wouldn't get marked for this on the driving test. I've seen this a few times before, but this when you can only go one way when the sign says no right turn, the examiners will not tell you where to go. They'd expect you to read the signs and marking. So you go left, so it's not really a problem.
We're going left.
At the roundabout, follow the road ahead. Driver fault number 6, Aidan. Yeah, you've got to be on the 30 before you get to these signs. You've got to be bang on the 30. You go through with 34, 35 miles per hour. It goes down to responses, signs, and not use of speed. Can you drive into one of those bays up there on the left-hand side? Just one next to the elevators. That'll do. It's not part of the test. Rest your feet. Right, I think you're done there.
Not very well.
Where's my backpack? Oh. Right, how many serious faults?
At least one.
One? What would you think the serious was for?
Well, I didn't stop in time.
Where at?
The junction by the
Traffic lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a serious fault. I think when you come to the traffic lights, look, it was something like that. So there was two sets of, there was two lines.
This was for the.
When you turn right and it says you've got to stop.
Yeah.
So there's a line there, but this line was set further back. Why do you think that was set further back for?
So block someone off.
Yeah, if you go right up to the edge of the road and maybe look, the bus wants to turn in there, look.
Yeah.
He's going to come round there like that, isn't he? So yeah, you should have just been looking at the solid
I just
white
didn't
one.
see the line.
Were you looking at that one?
I just couldn't really see it.
Could you not?
I mean, I was about to brake, so I was thinking, where is it? But then
Yeah, you're going to go way past it.
Slightly over it.
The reason I told you to stop, I think there's a pedestrian I thought they were going to cross. But yeah, that's your first series. Second one, where you stalled. Can you remember?
Yeah.
Now, why do you think I give you a serious fault there for?
From behind me.
Yeah, there was a car behind you, and
They had to brake.
yeah, he slowed down and he changed course, didn't he? So there's the roundabout. Well, I'll be honest with you, if you sat there any longer, I probably would have given you a serious fault for undue hesitation. So if you got cars there coming from 12 o'clock in the left lane, what should you be doing if they're over here?
Go.
That's you there. What were you doing?
Wait.
Why? You can see it. I don't know. He has to learn his favourite saying. So there was 3 cars went down there. The pupil failed there a few months back for that. But when you stalled, there was a car come round. I think it was coming round left and then in the right, and then it moved over here. Yeah, I've never seen you do that, by the way. What was the last one? Can you remember pulling off on Potter's Bank?
Didn't check over my shoulder.
Well, you didn't do the mirror check, but there was a Seat Leon behind, wasn't it? What did you have to do with that car?
There was a what?
It was a Seat behind. I think it was a Seat Leon. You slowed it right down. So if you're going to pull off on that hill, You need to put your foot down. I wouldn't have gone. I would have just waited because you pulled off.
What, at the bank?
Potter's Bank, yeah. You just took too long to build your speed up and slowed the car down. I would have just waited. It's a very steep hill. Now we came to a junction, and you said to me, "Where am I going?" What does that say?
No turn right.
Well, when you can only go one way, he's not going to say to you at the end of the road, turn left, yeah? Well, I have to apologise to Aidan. I'd done his mock test a week or 7 or 8 days before his driving test, and I didn't get time to upload it. He wanted to upload it so he could study it before his test. But he went out on his test the other day and he passed first time with 3 driver falls. 1 for driving a bit slow. Second one was undue hesitation, and I can't remember the third one. But well done, Aidan. Wishing you every success for the future, and please drive safely.